In previous lecture, we have seen the definition of divisibility, and after that some statements of our theorem. From those 6 statements, we have seen the proofs of first 3 statements. Now the proof of fourth statement. So now the proof of fourth statement. In this fourth statement, we have given that what we have given, this is our theorem, and this is the fourth statement. If A divides B and B divides A, then we have to prove that A is equals to plus or minus B, that is either A is equals to B or A is equals to minus B. So firstly, we have given that A divides B, we have given that A divides B, therefore by definition of divisibility, therefore we can use the definition of divisibility, therefore by definition of divisibility, there exists some integer, suppose k1, such that what is the definition of B is written in the multiple of A, that is B is equals to A into k1, this k1 is an integer. Also we have given that B divides A, again using definition of divisibility, we can write A in multiple of B, that is there exists an integer, suppose k2, such that this A is equals to B into k2, here A divides B, so we write B as multiple of A, that is B is equals to A into k1, and here B divides A, this means A is a multiple of B, that is A is equals to B into some k2. So name this equation as equation 1 and this is the equation suppose 2. From equation 1 and 2, we have to prove that A is equals to plus or minus B. Here from equation 1, we get the value of B, that is B is equals to A into k1. Putting this value of B in equation 2, we get, putting equation 1 in equation 2, we get A is equals to, write the value of B as A into k1 into this k2, this is equals to A is equals to A times k1 into k2. So A gets cancelled, we get 1 is equals to, this implies 1 is equals to k1 into k2, this is our new equation star. Here from this statement we see that A, B are integers. Again by definition of divisibility, we have seen k1 is integer and k2 is again an integer. So k1, k2 are integers and their multiplication is 1. From equation star we get k1 into k2 is equals to 1. Here k1, k2 are also integers. So multiplication of two integers is 1. So what values of k1 and k2 are possible? Either k1 is equals to 1 and k2 is equals to 1, then we get 1 into 1 as 1. Again, is there any another possibility? Think about it. If k1 is equals to minus 1 and k2 is again equals to minus 1, so minus 1 into minus 1, we will get 1. So there are two possibilities for k1 and k2. This implies This implies either K1 is equals to K2 is equals to 1 or K1 is equals to K2 is equals to minus 1. Either both are equals to 1 or both are equals to minus 1. Now, if K1 is equals to K2 is equals to 1, if K1 is equals to 1 and K2 is equals to 1, so putting this value of K1 and K2 in equation 1 and 2, we get, if K1 is equals to 1, then we get B is equals to A, and if K2 is equals to 1, from equation 2 we get A is equals to B. If K1 and K2 is equals to 1, then A is equals to B. Now, if K1 is equals to K2 is equals to minus 1, that is both K1 and K2 are is equals to minus 1, then we get, if K1 is equals to minus 1, then we get B is equals to A into minus 1, that is minus A. If K1 is equals to minus 1, then this equation 1 becomes B is, what is our equation 1? Equation 1 is B is equals to K into, sorry, A into K1. So, equation 1 becomes B is equals to A into minus 1, that is B is equals to minus of A, and equation 2 becomes if K2 is equals to minus 1, then equation 2 is A is equals to B K2. So, equation 2 becomes A is equals to B into minus 1, B into minus 1 is minus B. So, equation 2 becomes A is equals to minus B. Equation 2 becomes A is equals to minus B. Therefore, from these two cases we get either A is equals to B or A is equals to minus B. Hence A is equals to either plus B or minus B. This is the proof of our fourth statement. Now, fifth statement. What our fifth statement is, if A divides B and this A and B both are positive integers, then we have to prove that A is less than or equals to B. A and B are positive integers. So, this is the case of our fifth statement. Now, the proof of fifth one. For the proof of fifth one, first of all we will write the given things. Given that what we have given, A divides B, A divides B. Now, we can use definition of divisibility. Therefore, by definition, whenever I can say now by definition, you have to write it as by definition of divisibility. By definition of divisibility, there exists some integer, suppose K1, such that B is equals to A into K1, B is equals to A into K1. Now, what we have given? We have given that A and B, these both are positive integers and B is written in a multiple of A. So, here B is positive and A is again positive. So, if A is equals to 1, then we get, sorry, if K1 is equals to 1, then we get B is equals to A. We have to prove that, what we have to prove? We have to prove that A is less than or equals to B, or B is greater than or equals to A. Since B and A both are positive and B is a multiple of A, so this K1 must be again a positive integer. If K1 is negative, then we get some, suppose K1 is equals to minus 2, so minus 2A. So, B is equals to minus some integer, but B is not a negative number, B is a positive integer. So, our K1 must be again a positive number. So, if K1 is equals to 1, first case, if K1 is equals to 1, then we get B is equals to A. we have to prove A is less than or equals to B. First case is proved, that is A is equals to B. Now we have to prove that A is less than B. If K1 is equals to 1, then we get B is equals to A, and otherwise means otherwise, or you can write it as if K1 is strictly greater than 1 or K1 not equals to 1, then clearly B is greater than A, since our B is written in multiple of A, so A into K1. If K1 is greater than A, if K1 is greater than 1, then what are the possible values of K1? The possible values of K1 are 2, 3, 4 and so on. If K1 is equal to suppose 2, then 2A is equals to B, implies B is clearly greater than A. So we get, if our K1 is not equals to 0, sorry, not equals to 1, that is K1 is greater than or equals to 2, then clearly we get B is greater than A. Therefore, from these two cases we get A is less than or equals to B, less than or equals to B. Hence, the proof of fifth statement. Now, the proof of sixth one. Our sixth statement is, if A divides B and M is a non-zero integer, then MA divides MB. This is the most simplest one. Since we have given, first of all we have to write the given things. Since we have given that A divides B, therefore by definition of divisibility, there exists an integer, suppose k, such that B is equals to A into k. B is equals to A into k. This is the given thing from which we get B is equals to A into k. We have to prove that MA divides MB. That is, we have to prove MB is a multiple of MA. So, from this equation we can calculate that MB is equals to A into some MA into some integer by multiplying both sides by M. Multiplying both sides by M, we get MB is equals to MA into this k. So by definition of divisibility, MB is written in multiple of MA, that is MA into some k is equals to MB. So using definition of divisibility, by definition of divisibility, we write MA divides MB. MA divides MB. This is the proof of our sixth statement.